Join our hosts as they check out the Contender 35ST, a center console designed solely to perform and fish at the top of its ranks in blue water. The Contender 35ST has an overall length of 34 feet 5 inches, a beam of 9 feet 10 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 1200. Engineered for peak performance in often less than ideal conditions, she has a draft of 22 inches, a dead rise of 24.5 degrees, a weight of 13,500 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 400 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
Hey guys, think of all the fads that have come and gone in the last 30 years. You weren't born yet, stay out of this. But 30 years ago, Contender pretty well revolutionized center console fishing boats. After 30 years of refinement, think of what it took for this 35ST just to make the lineup.
Well, first off, I'm just glad you think 30. We're gonna stick with that number right there and not go any higher. But I'm really excited for the Contender 35 today. I've been on the 25, I've been on the 44, the 39. I've never stepped foot on Contender 35, and I can't wait to compare everything at the end of the day.
Well, you're right too, Lori. We've been on a lot of different Contender models, and one thing they all have in common is that they're all loaded for fishing. I mean, we go on a lot of creature comfort heavy boats, and this boat is fishing heavy. This is a serious tournament fishing machine, and I feel like we're gonna have a day off here today because we got some baits, we got a nice day, and we're gonna get to do a little fishing. Over the years, we've come to expect certain traits in a boat from each manufacturer whose boats we test. When it comes down to fishability and ride performance, I've never been disappointed by any model from Contender. This is why when we first pushed the throttles forward on the 35ST, I just grinned. No surprises here, just the same quickness and soft ride I was expecting all over again. Something that did stand out in my mind, and from a personal preference point of view, was the power choice for this model. This 35ST was powered by a pair of Yamaha 425 XTOs, and it caught my attention right away. I know that this model is rated for up to 1200 horsepower and will run with as little as 600. However, to me, this 850 horse twin setup might be the perfect combo. First off, it's nice to have one less engine to service every 100 hours, and if you only need 2 engines, that's how I want a boat rigged. The 35ST sits squarely in the center of Contender's lineup from a size perspective, and this length offers a number of advantages. For one thing, it gets you into the size class that makes fishing on those really unpleasant rough days where you just have to go much more comfortable. The 35ST does this while its dual step hull still offers you the ability to see 1.6 miles per gallon efficiency out of a pair of outboards. Another plus is the fact that the deck layout and size, although plenty big enough to handle the big boy weather days you need to sail in occasionally, it's also very easy to control single-handedly, both at the dock and on the water, managing a spread of baits. As is customary on the larger Contender models, this boat comes with a pair of 55-gallon live wells on the transom and, if necessary, a giant 80-gallon tank in the deck. This is all the capacity even the most serious tournament competitor could possibly need.
If you're looking for more reasons why Contenders are such dominant fishing machines, each live well, and she's got 3 big ones, they've each got their own 1,500 gallon per hour pump that sits in a sea chest, ensuring that you'll have fresher, happier live baits than any boat in the fleet.
Best part of the transom for me was the live well on the deck. It was so easy to bring your bait into the boat and just drop your Saviki rig straight down into the live well. We avoided so many tangles today.
Being an old charter boat mate, let me tell you, I really appreciated the removable rigging table that's a Contender invention. It's got a full tackle station. That means you can switch from kite fishing to sight fishing to blue water trolling to deep dropping without ever leaving the cockpit.
The 35ST we ran had 3 readily available insulated holds below the deck forward and another accessible under the coffin lounge seat, which is controlled by an electric actuator. An additional pair of large fish boxes in the cockpit add more options for extended trips offshore.
Having big insulated fish boxes that really hold more than a day's catch has a real advantage. This Contender 35ST can take you anywhere, and that may mean you have more than 1 or 2 days fish in your box at a time. You got room, you can hold the ice, you can chill anything that you can catch.
This boat is all about blue water fishing, but no need to worry, there's still plenty of features for us ladies to relax and be comfortable after catching all the fish. In front of the console was a large lounge style seat with open storage underneath. I kept all my bags in there today. This is a huge plus for me.
You know, I knew right off the bat that we were not going to be disappointed with this boat, and there's a reason for that. Every single boat they build is very fishable, they ride great, they're laid out for fishermen, and they have everything you need to fish on. This size boat, a 35, with 2 motors on it, is the perfect boat for a guy like me as a guide. I can run it by myself, I can take it offshore in big weather, I can put a bunch of people on it. This boat checks all the boxes for me.
I knew you would fall in love with this boat being a guide yourself. Eric, the owner of this actual boat, is a guide down in Key Largo. So automatically you know that this boat is set up to go fishing. And it proved today when I caught that mahi. Everything just fell in place and it was so much fun.
Everything was just the way we expected from Contender. It got a little sloppy this afternoon, I know, because I could see it. I didn't feel it. I feel like $1,000,000. They've got everything perfect. They don't need to tweak this hull anymore. The 35ST Contender fits in the lineup like a glove.